Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. In previous class we discussed about the properties of amino acids and Zwitter ion. Today in this session we will discuss about the structure of the proteins. Already I said proteins means what is meant by proteins? Polymers of alpha amino acids. Polymers of alpha amino acids. Okay, now I will write alpha amino acids as one representation. I will take the representation A1. Suppose I will consider the amino acid as A. The first amino acid is A1. Okay, second amino acid is A2. Third amino acid is A3. Like that. If you take n number of amino acids AN. Polymers means it is the combination of the monomers. So many monomers are combined together to form a polymer. You will get A1 bond with A2 bond with A3 and so on AN you will get. See this one? That means here monomers are joined together to form a polymer. So this polymer is called as a protein. Do you understand? Protein means it is a polymer of the alpha amino acids. Okay, this is called as a polymer. So A1 means this is called as a monomer. Okay, monomers are joined together, they form a polymer. The polymer is called as a protein. But here one of the important point is there, that is the bond between the amino acids. The bond between the amino acids is called as a peptide bond. What is the name of bond between the two amino acids? The bond is called as a peptide bond. Otherwise we can call peptide linkage. The link is also called as a peptide linkage. Okay, now we will study about the peptide bond or peptide linkage. I will take two amino acids. Okay, I will write here peptide bond or peptide linkage. What is meant by peptide bond or peptide linkage? So we'll see it now. For example, I will take the two amino acids, amino acid 1 and amino acid 2. Okay, you will get one compound, one product A1 bond with A2. Okay, here this bond is called as a peptide bond. Okay, this bond is called as a peptide bond. With compounds I will write the structure. Okay, I will take the general notation, this one. Suppose I will take some compounds, I will write the what is meant by peptide bond. Okay, for example, glycine combined with alanine. So what is the product you will get? So we will discuss. What is the formula of the glycine? I will read the formulas and structures. See this one. What is the formula of the glycine? It contains one carboxylic acid group, one amine group, one hydrogen, other group also hydrogen. This is called as a glycine. So it reacts with alanine. Alanine formula, again it contains one carboxylic group, one amine group, one hydrogen, but other one is a CH3. It is called as a alanine. Do you understand these two formulas? So only the R is different. Remaining three groups are similar. If you take any alpha amino acids, only one different group is there, that is a R. If you take R equal to H, that is called as glycine. If R equal to H, that is called as a alanine. So whenever these two amino acids are joined together, you will get a one product. So how the chemical reaction will take place between these two amino acids? By elimination of water molecule. From carboxylic acid, you should eliminate the OH group. Okay. From NH2, you should eliminate one hydrogen. Together, you have to remove means you will get a peptide bond. That means if you have to remove the water molecule, that means what are the groups are involved in peptide linkage? Carboxylic acid and amine group, NH2. Okay, both are react, they form a one bond. That bond is called as a peptide bond. Here you should eliminate the water molecule. So I will write here product. Same, you have to write hydrogen, this side NH2 group, this side one hydrogen. If you remove one OH group, means here only CO is there, CO. Okay, it is attached with this NH is one hydrogen. If you remove means NH you will get. Okay, NH. So remaining groups as it is, I have to write COOH and here hydrogen. So now we are getting one linkage now. So this linkage is called as a peptide linkage or peptide bond. This is called as a peptide bond. Other name is a peptide linkage. Okay, do you understand this point here? What is meant by peptide bond or peptide linkage? When two amino acids are joined together by elimination of water molecule, you will get CONH group. So this group is called as a peptide bond or a peptide linkage. What is the name of this product? This is called as a dipeptide. What is the name of this product? Dipeptide. Why it is called dipeptide? Why it is called dipeptide? Because in this chemical reaction only two amino acids are involved. That means here two amino acids are there. Because of the two amino acids, this product name is called as a dipeptide. Okay. Actually, what is the chemical name of this peptide bond? The CONH group is there. The CONH group is also called as a the CONH group. It is also called as a amide linkage. It is called as a amide. Why it is called amide? Because it is one of the functional group. The CONH2 group is called as a amide functional group. That means carboxylic acids react with amines, you will get a amide functional group. So generally they will ask in examination what is meant by peptide linkage. Peptide linkage means it is a amide group. It is a amide group. How it will get amide group? By reacting with carboxylic acids with NH2 group, you will get a CONH. The CONH is called as a amide functional group. Okay. So what is the name of this product? Dipeptide. Suppose I will take 3 amino acids. What is the product you will get? Tripeptide. Suppose you will take 4 amino acids. What is the product we will get? Tetrapeptide. Like this 5, penta, hexa, like this you will get. That means based on the number of amino acids, the product name is called as a dipeptide, tripeptide, tetrapeptide, pentapeptide, and so on. So I will write one general notation. Everyone should remember what is meant by dipeptide, tripeptide, tetrapeptide, and polypeptide. Suppose I will take the 2 amino acids. I will take only 2 amino acids, A1 plus A2. You will get one product, no? A1 bond with A2. Okay, already I have written based on the glycine and alanine. I will write general notation this one. So this bond is, what is the name of this bond? Peptide bond. This bond is called as a peptide bond. Okay, otherwise peptide linkage. But what is the name of this product? What is the name of this product? Dipeptide. It is called as a dipeptide. But how this bond is formed? Do you know how this bond is formed between these 2 amino acids? By elimination of water molecule. If you eliminate the water molecule, you will get a peptide bond. But which functional groups involved in this peptide bond? Carboxylic acid group and amine group. Suppose I will take the 3 amino acids, A1 plus A2 plus A3. Okay, you will get A1 bonding with A2. It is bonding with A3. See this one. What is the name of this product? This is called as a tripeptide. This name is a tripeptide. Why it is called tripeptide? Because in this reaction 3 amino acids are involved. But why it is called dipeptide? Because in this chemical reaction 2 amino acids are involving. So based on the number of amino acids are involving in this chemical reaction, they are called as a dipeptide, tripeptide, and so on. Okay. Suppose I will take the n number of amino acids, that means more than 10 amino acids. If you take the more than 10 amino acids, that is called as a polypeptide. Okay. Suppose I will take the A1 plus A2. I will take like this, and so on. AN I will take. That means number of amino acids joined together, you will get A1 bonding with A2, and so on. AN you will get. That means here more number of amino acids are joined together. So here what is the name of this product now? This is called as a polypeptide. Because in this reaction more number of amino acids are involved. More than 10 amino acids. Otherwise you remember, more than 10 amino acids are involving means that product name is called as a polypeptide. Okay, 2 amino acids dipeptide, 3 amino acids tripeptide, more than 10 amino acids polypeptide. Okay, this is the polypeptide. Okay, do you understand this point here? The polypeptide. But I will ask one more question in this one. In this dipeptide, how many peptide linkages are there? In dipeptide, only one is there. If you take tripeptide, how many dipeptide linkages are there? 2 peptide linkages are there. You should remember here, how many peptide linkages? 2 peptide linkages. But in case of first compound, how many peptide linkages? 1 peptide linkage. Okay, do you understand this point here? 2 amino acids are joined together to form a dipeptide. In dipeptide, how many peptide linkages? Only 1 peptide linkage. Suppose you are taking tripeptide. In tripeptide, how many peptide linkages are there? 2 peptide linkages are there. Suppose you are taking tetrapeptide. In tetrapeptide, how many peptide linkages are possible? 3. That means you are taking 5 means 4. 1 you have to reduce. The peptide linkages number of amino acids minus 1. Should remember means you will get a answer. They will ask an exam, how many peptide linkages in dipeptide, tripeptide, tetrapeptide, like this they will ask. That means you have to remember that point. Here also water molecules also. In case of dipeptide, only one water molecule. In case of tripeptide, how many water molecules? You have to remove 2 water molecules based on the peptide linkages only. 2 peptide linkages means 2 water molecules. 3 peptide linkages means 3 water molecules you have to eliminate. So this is about the structure of the proteins. Now I will give the one standard definition of the proteins. I will give the what is the definition of proteins. Before already given one definition, that is the polymer of alpha amino acids. But chemically, what is the name of this proteins? What is the definition of this proteins? Actually, proteins means these are the polypeptides. Already I have written here polypeptides having more than 100 amino acids. Polypeptides having more than 100 amino acids. Also molecular mass, how much is there? Greater than 10,000 atomic mass unit. So these are the 3 conditions. If it satisfies these conditions, that polypeptide is called as a proteins. Do you understand this definition? Again, I am repeating this definition. Proteins means polypeptide with more than 100 amino acids. Okay, that means in this carbons, in this chain, it is compulsory contains more than 100 amino acids. Okay, more than 100 amino acids. Also, what are the conditions? The molecular mass greater than 10,000 atomic mass unit. So the type of polypeptides are called as a proteins. So I will write the definition. You should remember. Proteins means what is the polypeptide? It is a polypeptide. Okay, that means more than 10 amino acids are joined together means polypeptide. Polypeptide with how many amino acids? With more than 100 amino acids. 100 amino acids. Okay, more than 100 amino acids, and molecular mass, and also molecular mass greater than 10,000 atomic mass unit is called as a proteins. Okay, do you understand this one? Proteins means polypeptides with more than 100 amino acids and molecular mass greater than 10,000 atomic mass unit. But some exception cases also there. Some proteins does not contains more than 100 amino acids. Suppose I will take insulin. Suppose you take the insulin. It is one of the exception case. It contains only 51 amino acids. Everyone should remember this point. In insulin, only 51 amino acids are there, but it is a protein. But what is the condition for protein? Already I said more than 100 amino acids, molecular mass greater than 10,000. But it contains less than 100 amino acids, its molecular mass less than 10,000 units. Okay, but it is considered as insulin because these properties are similar to proteins. Okay, these properties are similar to proteins, because of that it is considered as a protein. Okay, do you understand this point? This is one of the important point. What is the exception case? That is the insulin. So this is about the protein definition. Okay, now we will discuss about what is the classification. What is the classification of proteins? There are 2 types of proteins are there. One is the fibrous proteins, another one is the globular proteins. So now we will discuss about the types of proteins. What are the types are there? 2 types. One is the fibrous, another one is a globular. Okay, fibrous proteins and globular proteins. What is meant by fibrous proteins? Okay, in this class we will complete about the fibrous and globular proteins. First one is a fibrous proteins. Fibrous means already everyone know what is meant by fiber. Okay, everyone know fibers. Like this only This structure is similar to fibers, no? That's why it is called as a fibrous proteins. Globular means like spherical shape. Okay, like spherical shape it is there. That's why it is called as a globular proteins. Suppose I will take some amino acids. I will take some polypeptides. Proteins means polypeptides. Now I will take A1 bond with A2. It is bond with A3 and so on. So no, AN is there. It is called as a polypeptide. It is called as a polypeptide. Okay. I will take another polypeptide A1 bond with A2, A3 and so on. So no, AN is there. Okay. It is another polypeptide. Okay. These polypeptides are what will happen? They form a bond between them. This is one polypeptide, another polypeptide. Between the polypeptides, some hydrogen bonding is there. They form some hydrogen bonding. Like this, they will form a hydrogen bonding. Like fibers. Already we know fiber structure. That means you are taking like this means between this one some bonds are there. Like this is called as like fibers. So that's what it is called as a fibrous protein. So why it is called fibrous? It is similar to fiber. That's what it is called as a fibrous proteins. So how can you explain this fibrous proteins? The polypeptides are there. The polypeptides are light together. That means they are held together by hydrogen bonding. Okay. That means two or more polypeptides. Here I took only two polypeptides. You can take more than two also. Okay. Polypeptide I take. Okay. They are together with hydrogen bonding. Okay. They join together with hydrogen bonding. So that type of proteins are called as a fibrous proteins. Okay. Some examples also there. They will ask an examination, only example. But what are the properties of this fibrous proteins? They are insoluble in water. What are the important point here? Fibrous proteins are insoluble in water. Because it is like organic compound. It is an organic compound like hydrophobic. Because longest carbon chain is there, means there is a hydrophobic. Here also it is the longest carbon chain is there. Okay. So because of that nature, it is a insoluble in water. Examples. One is the keratin. Another one is a myosin. So these are the two examples of fibrous proteins. But what is meant by globular proteins? Second one is a globular proteins. Here also you can take the polypeptide. In this polypeptides, what will happen? They are coiled around to give a spherical shape. Okay. The globular proteins means the polypeptides coil around. That means I will take like this. This is one of the polypeptide I will take. This is like this. Coil around. That means here A1. Okay, bond with A2, bond with A3, bond with A4 like this. That means what will happen? They are coiled around. Okay, to give a spherical shape. It is a spherical shape. So because of that, these proteins are called as a globular proteins. Fibrous means like this. Two or more polypeptide chains. Okay, two or more polypeptide chains run parallel and held together by hydrogen bonds. And not only hydrogen bonds, some sulfide bonds also there. So what are the bonding also? Remember, it is a hydrogen bonding, otherwise sulfide bonding. So what is the bonding acting between two polypeptide means hydrogen bonding and disulfide bond. Okay, sulfide bond is called as a disulfide. That means here amino acid sulfur atoms also there. So hydrogen bonding also there. Some amino acid sulfur atoms also there. Because of sulfur atom they form a disulfide bonds. In globular proteins, what will happen? The polypeptide coil around and form a spherical shape. So because of that they are called as a globular proteins. But what are the examples? What are the examples of globular proteins? You can take, one is the insulin. Second one is a enzymes. Third one is you can take the albumin. Third one is albumin. So these are the examples of globular proteins. But here one of the important property again, these globular proteins are soluble in water. Okay, because they are spherical in shape now. Spherical in shape means what will happen? The carbon chain length will be decreases. So what will happen? They can easily soluble in water. But here we see longest carbon chains are there. In case of fibrous proteins, longest carbon chains are there. So because of that insoluble. But if we see in globular proteins, the carbon chain length decreases because of the coil around now. They form a spherical shape. So because they are soluble in water. The examples are also important ones. So you should remember the example. What are the examples of fibrous proteins and what are the examples of globular proteins? In case of fibrous proteins, keratin and myosin. In case of globular proteins, insulin, enzymes and albumin. They are globular proteins. So this is about the classification of proteins. In the next session, we will discuss about what is the structure of the proteins at different levels. Primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Okay. Thank you.